Patsy, some people say that you're the oldest person that would have taken part in the racing. Is that correct?
That's a fact.
How long ago is that?
I started in 1981 when the track opened first with an Anglia, 1600 Anglia.
What kind of speed were you travelling at back then?
That time you might get 60 on the straight, 60 miles an hour now, not kilometres.
When you say you might, you probably struggled to get to the 60, would you?
Yes, you would, yeah. But
When
that was only a poor man's class. That was
Right,
only
okay.
1600, class 4.
When did you retire then? When did you...
I didn't. I'm still racing.
Are you still racing?
I'm still racing.
Are you serious?
I made history 3 months ago. 3 of us went out, myself, my son and my grandson. And my grandson is lined up behind you here now in a minute.
Shall we call it a family affair?
Exactly.
If I could go across to Joanne there for just a second, if you give the mic there to Joanne for 1 second. Joanne, you also took part in the racing here yourself.
I did a few years back, yeah. I did a few classes. I did a few races a couple of years back. Ladies race.
Okay, so why did you take it up?
Because it's in the blood and it's in the family.
It's something that's more or less in the DNA.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you said, this is for me.
Yeah, it's in the
Did
family.
you have any fear of driving
No,
around that track?
no.
Remember the speed now that you would have been travelling? What kind of speed were you travelling at?
About the faster car now than what it was before.
Oh yeah, no, but for you,
But
like,
for me, I'd say maybe I clock maybe about 30 miles an hour outside in the track. It's been second gear. You only use first and second gear when it comes to racing. You never use third and outside in that track
why?
because the track is too small in a way to
You're
use
too
third,
bunched.
fourth, and fifth gear.
Well, would that not
No,
put a bit
but
of pressure on the clutch?
well, the car does often rev out a good bit, but by the time the into straight comes, you have to ease off to get around the bend anyway. So you only
Right.
use first and second gear.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You got a buzz from it, did
Yeah,
you?
yeah. You had a lot of G-force going into the bend here.
Any bad crashes?
Not so much, no. You'd have a few tips here and there, but nothing bad.
Just a few moments ago, we saw a little bit of a spin out down here in the bottom corner.
Yes.
And I see the lads are down there spraying something on it
Yeah,
now.
there's oil on the track.
There's oil on the track. That's extremely dangerous when that happens.
It can be dangerous, so they put on what's called cement dust or something like lime to try and
Right,
kind of
okay.
lubricate up.
That's in the event of another car going out of control.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back over to you again.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to you again, but if you just have the mic.
Okay.
You were just talking there a little bit earlier about the car that you were driving.
Yes.
What kind of car would you go out racing in now?
Now I'm racing in an MG ZR.
Wow.
The 1.4 16 valve twin cam.
Right.
Yeah, it is called the.
What kind of
called the
speed
Premier
are you
class.
gathering with it?
We're doing about 70 coming into the bend.
And you still have the same kind of a grow for it now
Oh
as
my
you had
God,
back then?
Sure I have.
You don't mind that?
No, I don't mind. I feel safer out there than on the main road. Not on
Why?
motorway, but on the main road, because if you're on the main road, there's cars coming at you at 70 miles an hour and you're doing 70 and you're facing each other like. But out here, you're all going the one direction. I'd feel safer out there.
Well, I suppose that's kind of puts it in a nutshell. I might go to Tom as well. Tom, he was just saying there that it seems to be safer in here than it is out on the road. Would you agree or disagree?
No, I agree with him totally. It's safer in there than on the road. Or even for young children starting out there's the place to learn. They have all the experience got before they go out on the roads.
Yeah,
it's a lot safer.
It's amazing now. Just looking around here while you're talking to me, there's a big crowd that will be here a little bit later on, but the weather is absolutely perfect for you.
Yeah, it's a great day for racing here because the track is dry and the racing is fast. And at the moment you can see the stewards are walking on the track there, there's oil on the track. And for safety reasons we put cement on it.
When you say cement, just the actual...
Just cement, ordinary cement on the line.
Yes.
It dries up, it soaks up the oil. Otherwise all the cars will be kept going spinning.
Great. I'm just looking here again, the weather is absolutely beautiful here. I can't turn the camera more to my extreme left because you won't get the picture clear because of the strength of the sun that's there. But it is absolutely stunning here. Is there any message that you want to get out there now, Tom?
Well, anyone that's interested in racing, this is the place to be to learn how to drive. And I'd like to thank Tipperary and yourself, Stephen, and then David for all you're doing for us. Only if no one would know about us. The publicity you're giving us at the moment is good. And we're thankful for you coming here. And we hope to see you back here in 2 weeks' time. We have a big push and nudge class coming up in the north. And that'll be a good race. That'll be the crowd.
Tom, when I was living in London, I used to go to South London to see the stock car racing, which is equivalent, as you will know, it is equivalent. I might actually go across to you.
That's true.
The stock car racing in London was fabulous.
I know.
Was it? Did you ever go to it, man?
We did, yeah. We were in Coventry one night. We went over to a place called Rockingham. There's a big oval over there, a mile oval, something like what they have in America. They have what they call S-cars. Like the Americans call them NES cars.
Right.
These things are, it's a mile oval, twice as big as this, 3 times as big as this. And we were staying in a place called Rockingham, and we came down to Coventry that night to see the Formula 1 stock cars. Literally, the Formula 1. They're not like Formula 1 racing cars, but they had a Formula 1 power in them. And there's V8s as well. That was something else, on the loose. So they were tailing it the whole time. Like, they weren't drifting as such, but they were trailing the whole time. That was mighty race now.
Yeah, I think once the adrenaline is up, it's a case of just keep it going.
Well,
See the speed that they're going into there in the corners. It's deadly speed. They could be going into those corners at 100 kilometres an hour.
Pardon?
They're going into the bins at about 100 kilometres an hour nearly at this stage.
Oh, yeah.
And if I could go back to Joanne for just a moment with Mike for a second. Joanne, in reality, once they come off the straight, you're talking about 100 at least kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
How do you control it going into the bend?
Well, you a lot of it, you have to brake, you see. But what I used to do when I was racing, I used to left foot brake, because you keep your revs up at the same time, and you get around the bend. That's a little bit quicker. It's just a quicker takeoff out of the bend every time.
So it's all down to technique, so?
It's all got technique, yeah.
Isn't
it's
it?
all trial and error. When I first started racing, a couple of years back, I was very slow, but then you build up momentum then after that. But so it's all got to do with trial and error. Some people don't left foot brake. It all depends on your own preference.
Well, I want to thank Michael. He was here a little bit earlier with me. That was Michael Bailey from outside Tip Town. He was giving us a hand here off camera a little bit earlier. So Michael, a big thank you to yourself. Folks, the Hadden family from Golden, all I can say is a big thank you to yourselves. You're there in Golden yourself even, Joanne, so you're enjoying life over there. And again, I might just conclude now, if I could, with Tom, and Tom will just sign off with yourself.
Thank
if
you.
we could get the mic over to you. There's another race that's just getting ready outside here, and I can see that there's a huge amount of dust there in the background, so anybody with asthma now, just stay to one side, as we say. Any final message now for people out there, Tom? I would say encourage as many as possible to come along here. It's a fabulous track. It's a great evening out.
It's a fabulous track, and it's cheap to come in here. And you have a good evening's race. You have 7 classes out today. There's 2 heats and a final. And I find it good here. I started racing around the same time Patsy did. He won. I was here from the very first day. I was here the morning we opened here, roofing that shed, finishing the stand with my cousins before we started racing that Sunday morning.
If I could get Bill Daly down here for 1 second, he might come down to me. Come down here, Bill, and don't be shy. I'm wrapping it up. Come down here. He might come down. He will. He's coming down.
We have Bill Daly here as well. He might come up. We walk up to him.
No, he won't. You get the mic there now.
There was another man passed up here a few minutes ago, quite man, racing from Cork, Pat Noonan. He was nearly here as long as I am here.
Are you serious?
I am.
Is he still racing here?
Quite man. No, he's not racing. He's not racing now.
I just see Bill Daly. I was hoping Bill would come down to us there, but when Bill see me, he gets very, very shy.
I don't know about that.
Listen, folks, I'll have to leave it there, but again, thank you all for joining me.
Thank you.
Bye bye.